G'day everyone, welcome to Potato Down Under. This is episode 9.
Nine.
9. And welcome back. Ada, how you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. We've been gone a while.
Yeah, I know, we've both been busy. We've been trying to plan this for ages and we finally...
Well, I haven't had wheels, so...
Yeah, well, that's another story.
That's another story.
That's a whole other story.
Cars, crashed cars, dog bites. It's been an eventful couple of weeks for me. So, But no, we're back.
We're both looking forward to going to Potato and getting away from all this.
Oh, yeah.
So, I thought we'd also start off. We're going to...
This is exciting. This is exciting for us. It really is.
Yeah, I know. I can't.
How excited was I when we got this news?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I rang you straight away. Guess what?
I know. We've got a couple of emails. So, but what we're going to talk about this episode is we've been going over a few things and stuff that we've done on the podcast, and there's a few things we wanted to get into, only because we got an email and someone prompted us about something, and we thought, oh, geez, we should go back and have a listen to what we've talked about.
Which is what we've been saying from the start.
Yeah,
you share your opinions, your stories, reach out to us, and it'll give us content so we can keep going. And because if you like what we're doing, we're going to need shit to talk about.
Yeah,
we talk a lot of shit, but we need shit to talk about.
That's right. Yeah. But I want to give a shout out to Elvis, who sent us an email. Good on you, Elvis. Thanks for that. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Also, like the picture you attached, mate. Very nice. Group of girls there, and not much on, but beautiful little picture there, mate. Thanks very much. And Ada, you got one too. You got one to
we also got one from. I'm not sure if he wants us to give his business a plug, but I'm going to give his business a plug. Won't hurt. Paul, his name's Paul from Padia, and he has a business like a tourist business, padiacentral.com. They have a Facebook page and I think also a website. So I've been on their website and they've got a lot of activities for everyone. So check it out. It's pretty good. And Paul, he sent us in an email and he made a very good point, something we missed with the do's and don'ts, and which is obviously going to lead us into today's
episode
9 podcast,
yeah.
Which is something we missed in the do's and don'ts, and that's freelancers, especially the ones down on Beach Road.
Well, can I just say, that was one thing when I first started going with you, and you said stay away from that.
Yeah, look,
it's interesting we didn't talk about that.
Paul didn't elaborate in his email his reason for it,
right?
But the reasons I know or I can think of is like if you take a freelancer, and I guess this is also for any freelancers you pick up from nightclubs and that as well. I may have mentioned this in a podcast. I don't know.
Well,
but anyway.
I think you did touch on it.
Anyway, when you bar find a girl from a bar, you take her back to your room, the likelihood of her taking something of yours, is very low. She's tied to this bar. They know who she is. If she's going to steal from you or something, and you obviously just go straight back to the bar, you get the police involved, and she's fucked. So she's less likely to try and rip you off.
And it doesn't look good on the bar.
Exactly.
And they don't want that.
Absolutely no.
At the end of the day, it's a business. They want to attract people. If we're going to go tell people that it's a bad bar, then the word gets around.
Yeah.
And they don't want that.
The owner won't be happy that his bar's been dragged through the mud.
Correct.
The mama's son, will not be happy about, not saving face. So it will, so they're less likely to do it. Whereas the freelancers, they're not tied to any bar. You pick a freelancer up. Now, in my experience, the ones from the nightclub, I believe, are generally, usually they're girls that work in bars. They'll finish their shift at the bar, then go to a nightclub. They're good-looking birds. They're probably not as risky as the ones on the beach, because the ones on the beach are just fucking dog ugly, But I've also been told, and I think this might be a bit of a myth. I don't know if there is any truth in it, but some bars around Padia, some bars, I don't know if it's true, actually get their girls to test for STDs, STIs, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
The testing is very random and not very frequent, I think. But apparently, this is what I've been told, the girls on the beach find it hard to get work in the bars because...
Yeah, because they failed their test.
Yeah, they may have something, Now, so
there's so many things you got to be wary of.
That's something that's just been I've been told from other travellers, other foreigners.
But it makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, it does make sense. But look, the reason I question it is because do you really think bar owners are going to be going to get girls to get tested, frequently? Or I don't know. That's why to me it sounds doesn't. But at the end of the day, just be cautious because
of course.
These girls and they're on Beach Road all times of the day.
Right.
And from what I've seen, mate, they're all pretty rough. These are the ones that the Indian guys approach.
I know. I've seen some of the videos. At a time, I've watched some YouTube videos. Yeah. And you look at some of these girls, and you can just sit there going, "Now I know why you're on that road.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't get work in the bars.
Yeah,
and
potentially, yeah.
And it's. I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, look, they may be carrying something, and they just can't get in the bar.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe.
I mean, you think about it. Let's say you own a bar, and this new girl comes along, and she looks cute and everything, and you sit there going, "No worries, but I don't want any bad rap. I need to know more about you." Yeah. And they might do push. It might be that first time when they come along, they do get them tested.
Maybe, yeah.
But once they're there, they're there.
That's right.
And they may not get consistently tested afterwards.
Yeah.
So who knows? But that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Perfect example as to why we
want feedback.
We want feedback because we
get prompted.
What when this is episode 9, I think is probably you guys listening probably have figured out by now that not that we don't know what we're talking about, just that we miss things.
Yeah, of course.
Everyday life, mate, I forget shit. So
and it's what you guys. I'll let you guys know. We do take notes and we do talk about what we're going to talk about, but we do miss stuff. So
yeah.
And because of that, we've now gone over some of the other episodes and thought let's mention a few things.
So that prompted me to listen back on some other episodes, and I've probably still missed shit, but there's a few points that few things I think we need to maybe revisit. Back in episode 2, I think it was, I mentioned, was it episode 2? See, I don't even know what episode. I mentioned the Express Immigration, and I wasn't sure what the name of the company was. The one I use all the time, their name is Bangkok Airport Limousine, and this trip around we're using them again.
Yep.
So I searched for them and I found a few other ones. I recommend these guys simply because, even their website's easy to navigate, prices are reasonable. I've checked other places. I've had a look at other ones, and I just find this one was a lot easier to navigate online, and the prices are reasonable. They also offer transfers. If you want a limousine, if you're rich enough to splash the extra cash. Bangkok Airport Limousine. I recommend you use those guys. Yeah.
Yep. So and one of the other things too, I think you did talk to me about this a while ago, and the times we went over, I don't know, I guess we just ran out of time. We did a lot. So
yeah.
But was one thing you talked about, and I never got to experience, was soapies.
Soapies, yeah, because we talked about bars and
yeah. I never went to one, and maybe that's why we never discussed it, because I hadn't experienced it and we just didn't think about it.
Yeah,
but bring it up.
I've only ever done it once, and that was an experience. That was funny. So anyone who hasn't done a soapy, like yourself,
I might have to do one.
You walk into the venue and look, I've only done it once, and it was probably that was I think 2014, because I know one of my mates who came was the only time he came, and that was 2014. And he said, "Have you ever done a soapy?" And I'd been there a few times already, been 4 or 5 times. And I go, "No, I haven't actually." He goes, "Oh mate, we got to go do a soapy." So we off to the soapy we go, and it's the one down towards Dolphin Roundabout, near Siam Hotel, I think. Is it at the base of the hotel? Anyway, so I go into this soapy and I walk in, and it's just like sort of restaurant seating. There's tables everywhere, and up against the far wall, it was an L-shaped sort of corner, in the corner of the venue. It was like an L-shaped glass cabinet with 3 levels of seating, and just girls sitting behind the glass cabinet, like going to the fucking zoo. It was yeah.
I haven't been to a soapy, but what you just described, I actually experienced in Bangkok once.
Yeah.
And it was like and they all had a little stick with a circle on it, a card.
Yeah.
And it's got a number.
These girls had a button on their chest with their number.
Yeah. Well, these were like an ice cream stick and had a circle on it.
And I think I've heard this from someone else, another, like a vlogger, YouTube vlogger or something. I think the level that they're sitting on determines their price or their looks maybe or something like that.
That's right. It's like it's actually a popularity. So that the girls that picked a lot more, they're at the higher level.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah.
So
and when you pick them, what's interesting is you end up going to a very similar level. So, like if they're on the fourth rank, right, you actually go to level 4.
Oh, okay, right.
It was really weird because I picked one of the girls down the bottom for a massage only, and I went up one level only.
Okay, yeah.
And the other guys went up to the other levels.
Yeah, righto.
And it was and it all made sense that it was like that.
Yeah, right. But that wasn't a soapy.
No, sorry, I'm just distracted there.
Yeah.
But similar concept in the way you pick.
That wasn't Thailand either, was it?
Yeah, it was Bangkok.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, it was in Bangkok.
Oh, it probably was a soapy. I reckon it was a soapy.
Well, the thing was, the building was I went in and ground floor was a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then once you finished eating, they actually say to you, would you like to go upstairs? So it's all connected.
Yeah.
So we went to level 1.
Yeah.
And there's a viewing area.
Yeah.
And all these girls behind this glass.
Yeah.
And then you'll pick what you want.
Yeah.
And then they bring you upstairs to wherever level you got to go.
Yeah, see, I reckon it would have been a soapy. I reckon it sounds like...
The guys went up to whatever level, 4 or 5, I can't remember what now it was, to be honest, but they... when I finished my massage, I actually went up and joined them to do karaoke with the girls.
Okay.
And the guys I was with as well.
Yeah.
But there was no soap. They're all in their bathrobes. Now, whether they actually did soapy...
Probably did.
I have no idea.
I reckon they did. I reckon that's what's happened.
I got a massage instead. Yeah. I was married then and I wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah, fair enough. So anyway, so that's the process. You know, you sit there, you sit down at a table and you have a drink and you sit there. I sat there with a mate having a beer and just sort of looking at the girls and, they're all getting your attention and carrying on. Anyway, I picked this bird. She's probably a little bit older, but had big tits. I'm a bit of a tit man myself, so,
I like all of it.
Yeah. So upstairs we go, and it's I won't say it's a scam, but it's like, so you pick the lady and the guy goes, all right, no worries. Would you like to buy your lady a drink? Well, yeah, all right, I'll buy her a drink. So you go up and there's drinks waiting in your room and all that shit. And so you rip your gear off and she puts you on this like blow up pool lilo.
Oh, right.
And like wets you and gets soap and soaps you up and soaps herself up and sort of just rubs her body up and down. And it's like, I'm not into that kind of thing, you know what I mean? To me, it was sort of almost comical. I'm like, this is fucking weird. I don't know, what is this supposed to turn me on? This is weird. Anyway, that happens and she does that for a little while. I think gives you a bit of a massage.
You're waiting for the slide or something weird.
I don't know. And then in the meantime, she's filling up this massive bath, like a figure 8 sort of shaped bath, massive. And once that's full,
is there other girls or just the one girl?
Just the one girl.
Okay.
So once the soapy massage is done, we'll hop into the bath and
rinse off?
Just rinse off. She gives you a wash. I think maybe sort of might rub your shoulders, maybe your cock. I don't know. I can't remember. I said it was a long time ago. And then from there, you dry off and you jump on the bed
and go to sleep.
Well, if you like, if you're that way inclined, if you're a married man.
Okay.
And yeah, it was funny because, we're sort of getting into it and I got to try and keep this clean. So she was giving me a blowjob. So,
well, that was clean.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks for keeping it clean.
So she's done that. And as I've mentioned in previous episodes, I'm always use protection over there, always, every time. So she's going and, I'm ready to go and she's about to hop on and I'm like I'm talking, she's inches and I was like, hang on. I go, whoa, what about a condom? And she goes, I already put on with my mouth. And I looked down, she's rolled one on. Well, I didn't even know she'd done it. And I went, she knows what she's fucking doing.
She's done this before.
She's done this before.
That would have made you nervous going, I hope I can perform now. She's done this before.
So then, and then we're on this big 4-poster bed with mirrors on top. It was funny.
No idea.
Very strange. For me, very.
But see, you've had an experience.
I've done it, and I'm happy. Like I've done it. It's good that I've done it.
It's probably good to do it once and just say, I've done it. But I think some guys actually like it. Maybe some guys are into that kind of thing. That's great. I mean, the whole thing about this place is there's so many different places you can go to that do different things. Things are set up in a different way. There are obviously those people that do like going on the street and picking those girls up. And I wouldn't suggest it, but
look, I wouldn't do it. But like I say, mate, I don't judge anyone. Whatever you do there, mate, I don't judge anyone because
Yeah.
That's what that place is for.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's like
the weird and wonderful.
I think we discussed this once before about the ladyboys and how there's some guys that go there and they just want to go with the ladyboys, and we're like, well, it's up to them if they want to do that.
Well, I don't think
have we discussed it?
we are going to touch on that in another episode.
Okay. I thought we talked about that before.
No, not in a lot of detail.
Oh, we've talked about it between ourselves, but okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll have to touch on that one day.
Yeah.
What else? What else was?
Yeah. So there was
what else did we
also.
miss?
I think another one we were discussing beer bar complexes, and I was talking about that one down near Soy 3.
Oh yeah, up
which
the
is-
top there.
Yeah,
They
that
had all
one.
the pool tables.
Yeah.
Near the street.
Yeah, that one. Drinking Street. That
Yes,
one is
yeah.
Drinking Street. But that's now been demolished as well.
Yeah, you sent me a link. Someone who's living in Pattaya did a recording and put it on YouTube, and the whole place is just gutted.
No. You're thinking of not the one
Not made in Thailand.
not made in Thailand.
No, there was another
Oh,
one.
I showed you that video, did I?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
been torn down. That's gone.
right, yeah,
But
and I couldn't recognise it.
the good news is
They're rebuilding.
they're rebuilding Soy Made in Thailand with bars.
Oh right, okay.
That's the word.
Okay.
That's the word on the street. Yes.
In the same spot.
Same spot. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
right.
Soy Made in Thailand. They're just rebuilding it.
Oh right. Well, maybe-
Like nice new bars and everything.
there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah. So
Might get to see that next time. I don't know if it'll be ready by the
it
time we
won't
go,
be.
but maybe
But-
the next time I go.
yeah, but by the time we go there, there will be there are a few other beer bar complexes sort of like that
Right.
that are opened up
Okay.
that I want to check out. So
I'll
that'll
have to
be
go and
good.
have a look.
Yeah.
Well, when we go, we're going to be doing a lot more videos and photos and stuff.
Yeah,
Putting it
yeah.
up on our
Yep.
TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, we've got a TikTok now.
We've now got a TikTok account.
Yeah, so Pattaya down under.
At the moment, we've
Oh,
just
is it hashtag? Sorry, hashtag.
no hashtags. They're fucking Pattaya down under.
Pattaya down under. Yeah.
I mean, check it out. At the moment, we've just uploaded a few old
We've
videos.
only just started.
Just
so.
to chuck some content on it to get it out there. But yeah, I think daily videos will be coming out on TikTok when we're over there.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be able to. Well, while we're there, we're going to obviously do a video on nearly everything we do, so that we've got some content.
Yeah, just to get some TikTok content. So check that out as well.
Show the things
Pattaya
that
down under on TikTok.
Places we go when we're there, and people can see them. People may not have been to some of the places we're going to go to, so hopefully you'll get something out of it.
Yeah. So that's that one, and I also mentioned I think I forgot in the the accommodation recording we did. Bless you.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, the accommodation recording we did. I don't know if I mentioned my recommendation for searching accommodation. Hang on a second. Here we go.
Sorry.
Is it 8 sneezes is equivalent to an orgasm? Is that what they say?
Fucking.
You're halfway there.
If that's the case, I'm almost there.
Yeah. So when I travel, I don't go through a travel agent. I think these days with the world at our fingertips on with the wonderful World Wide Web, I think you can plan your own holiday. So I normally do. I book my own flights. I book my own accommodation. I book my own transfers. You can book your own fucking tours if that's your thing. I pretty much book everything online myself. So when I'm booking hotels, especially around Thailand, I use Agoda. Highly recommend Agoda. Very good prices. Again, the website's easy to navigate. It's very good. They have the book now, pay later.
I use Booking.com.
Booking.com's all right.
And it does the same, but it just depends. It's interesting you say that because it just depends. We booked a Sydney trip recently.
Yeah.
And some hotels would not allow me to
Book now, pay later. Yeah.
And some did.
Yeah.
And so it just depends on the hotel, I guess, what they're willing to offer these booking companies.
That's what with Booking.com. What did I recently booked something? I think it might have been our trip to Sydney. I booked when I booked that. When I selected the book now, pay later, I did that, and then 2 days later they took the money out of my account.
Ah.
I was like, fuck that, cancel. I want my money back. So I did, because it still had, I can cancel up until a certain date.
Yep.
So what had happened is Booking.com said, you can book now and pay up and you can cancel up until this date.
Yep.
Right. And then it also said something like payment through the hotel, right? So, and I thought that was like when you check in, you pay, right?
Yep.
Because that's what it usually means.
Yep.
But what that means is it's up to the hotel when they deduct the payment.
Right.
So they fucking deducted it 2 days later, and I was like, I could have just gone with it, but I was like,
but it's not the right thing.
that's
to
not
do. Yeah.
what. So fuck booking.com. So I booked it through Agoda now. I booked
Well,
the same thing, probably a little bit cheaper too. It was on Agoda.
Well, I've never had that happen to me ever.
Yeah.
But in this instance, what I did was I've booked quite a few hotels in the past, and I always get to the hotel, and quite often they tell me, oh, you can always call us direct and book it because
I know.
they make more money out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there going, I did that this time actually for the Sydney trip.
Yeah.
I actually rang up direct.
Yeah.
And said, I want to book through you guys. I said, I tried to go through booking. Do you do a better price? And she goes, we're kind of caught up with pricing at the moment because it's busy down there. It must be, maybe there's a lot of people doing weddings. I don't know. It could be a bullshit story.
Yeah.
But in the end, I just booked direct rather than go.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
And they're the same thing. We won't charge you until you get here.
Yeah. Yeah.
She goes, you can cancel it up to 24
Oh,
hours.
okay. That's good. Yeah.
So up to 24 hours before.
Yeah, that's good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Which
that was
I'm not
the
going to
same.
cancel.
That was the same with our Adelaide trip.
Yeah, that's right.
I booked it and we paid when we got there.
That's right.
Yeah, that was good. Anyway, we'll move on.
There's another one. Yeah.
We're not talking about cities around Australia. That's not.
Anyway,
that's not what this fucking podcast is about.
We've diverted a bit. But we booked once. I think we talked about this already. We booked once on Airbnb, didn't we?
Yeah. So in previous
and
episodes,
I followed your.
Yeah. So in previous episodes, we discussed we booked Airbnb, a couple of apartments ourselves, and I kept calling it the base. No, I kept calling it the Edge.
And it was called the base.
We actually booked at the base. The Edge is a new building next door. The Edge wasn't even there when we were there.
Ah, right, okay.
But I just remember it.
The
I remember
Edge.
the Edge, but it was the
called
base.
The base. Do not go to the base.
Which is, and I'm tipping the Edge probably isn't fucking much better.
It was an absolute nightmare for me when we first got there at the base. It was just when we first booked, there was a contact number that you could ring. So when you arrive, you call them up and they sort everything out for you. Now I had a flight delay, and then when I got there, my taxi was late, and not by a lot, but because I'd gotten there late, they didn't know what to do, and they sort of left, and then I had to call them and get them to come back once I got there, then by the time I got there it was almost midnight, wasn't it? If you recall.
It was, yeah.
It was really late. So
it was late, I know, because I was pretty pissed, and so was
yeah. And cheesy, and and so when I got there, I was trying to call my contact, and they wouldn't answer. So I'm standing at the front of this thing with the security guard. Now the security guard was helpful.
He was trying to be, but he couldn't.
He could only do so much because, again, this is the problem with the base, is that they're all individually owned apartments. It's not a hotel where you've got a reception and it's all under control. So until we could actually get someone who had connections to the people who own the apartment, I was knackered. I'm just standing there with my bag and I couldn't do anything. And it took about, how long do you reckon we're standing out there? For half an hour?
Oh, easy, yeah.
It was maybe even more. I started taking video, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Things were getting out of control.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we waited a while. So I don't recommend that kind of thing unless you've done it before and you know the people and you've had some success. But I'd stick to hotels myself.
Yeah.
I just feel more comfortable.
Yeah, it's just easier.
I rock up and there's someone there to help me out.
I think unless you're staying there for a month or more, if you're staying there for more than a month, depending on your budget, if money's no object, then fucking stay in a hotel still. But if you probably find a cheaper rate at something like that. If you're staying,
I just recommend to show up during the day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
don't go at night.
Yeah, maybe that's a good point. Maybe book your first night in a hotel and then check into an Airbnb the next day, so you're not fucking stuck outside.
Yeah,
because that was one of the other Airbnb I stayed at in Soy 13. Whatever, 13, 1, 2, 13, whatever it was. I arrived late at night as well, and I had instructions on how to get in because the front door had like a keypad on it.
Ah, right. You're given a code or something.
And it's like, get out at this spot, walk through here, up a set of stairs, go right, get in the lift, go to the second floor. When you get out, turn right, and the room is number whatever on your right, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, fuck. I hope they haven't missed a turn I hope so same thing. If I missed something or the keypad was wrong, I was there. It was 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what's going to happen? Do I contact the owner? Are they going to be up? Are they going to be like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Luckily, everything went as planned, and I got in, no worries. But yeah, same thing. If something goes wrong,
what are you going to do?
You're fucked.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe that's probably some good advice. Just probably if you're going to plan on an Airbnb, maybe the first night just book a hotel. I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's I agree with that. That's not a bad plan actually.
Yeah. Now,
pretty good.
Something else I picked up on one of our episodes.
Yeah.
You were talking about a spa bath repair.
Yes. Do you remember now?
And I said that was at LK Mansion.
Right.
No.
Where was it?
No, I said it was LK Metropole. It was LK Residence, which is just down the other end of Soy Diana.
Okay. Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah. So
okay, residence.
That's where that was.
It's probably working now.
It's working now because what happened is I remember when you were with the boys, you went home. I stayed a couple extra days, and I checked in at Metropole, and we went. You guys came up to my room. You left your bags in my room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had issues with the bathroom there as well. There was a leak or something.
Oh yeah.
So that got fixed, but the broken spa was
a nightmare.
Residence.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully it's working.
Yeah.
Mind you, I wouldn't want to go back to that same room then.
Why?
Might go down again. Just your luck. You'll get there and the spa bath will be broken again.
Yeah, that was actually nice. That LK Residence, it was a nice place, that. Yeah. I
do remember that one.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. Good.
You weren't too far from the pool, actually, from where you were.
No, I walked out the door. The pool was just there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Yeah, it was good.
That was
good.
Cool.
Yeah. A couple other things. This is nothing major, but I mentioned Terminal 21. We were talking about Terminal 21, and you asked me when it opened. I said, I think I might have said 5-6 years ago. September 2018.
Right. So when we went there, it was fairly new. I told you it was fairly new.
Yeah. I remember. It
was very new.
It was very new. That's why I said it was only 4 or 5 years ago.
I really liked that shop.
Yeah.
Actually, because that was the one. If I remember,
when we went, it just opened up. Yeah.
So that was the one that had those monuments.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Do you know the funny thing? I don't remember going there.
We went to the cinema there.
I know. The cinema?
We watched the movie there.
Was it there or was it?
Yeah, no, it was there. And downstairs they had the racing car thing I went on.
No, that was in Central Festival.
No.
Yes, 100%.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
You have to go back to the video tape and have a look.
Yeah. So there you go, folks.
We really know what we're doing, don't we?
Yes, anyway.
It's a blur now. I've got to go back in a hurry. We've got to get back. I miss it.
Now, Kolan. We'll talk about Kolan as well.
Yes, that's right.
The beach we went to when I was with you was Samay Beach.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So Samay Beach, that's a nice beach.
Yeah.
But previously I've also been to Monkey Beach.
Is that on Kolan as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there was a sign. We didn't go. Remember we got on the BART bus?
Yeah.
And there was a sign that went Monkey Beach.
Yeah.
But we went to another one.
Samay Beach, yeah.
Because I think one of the girls was speaking to the driver and he said something to them.
Okay,
and we went to the...
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But there's also a beach, apparently it's sort of the northern tip of Kolan. It starts with a T, I can't remember. That's apparently a nice beach as well. But they're all fucking nice. It's beautiful out there.
I know.
Very nice.
Where we went, I'd love to go again. The water was amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beach.
Yeah,
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I've under your advice, I've never gone to the beach in Pattaya.
Yeah.
Never went to the water. We walked on the sand a little bit. We didn't go in the water.
Yeah.
But that beach, beautiful.
I remember when I was there for Songkran with my mate. Anyone who knows Songkran knows it's like I've said it before. It's just fucking chaos. Just fucking getting wet and it's just chaotic. And we'd been there for a few days and just fucking shit happening. And so anyway, we're standing in the bar one day and my mate goes, "Fuck, let's get away from this shit. Let's just go for a walk down on the beach." So we walked down to the end of Soy Post Office.
That's right. This is the story that made me not want to go.
And then, so we've walked down onto the beach and we've just walked out probably 10, 15 metres and out into the water, just up to sort of just below the knees. And the bottom of the ocean, the sand felt slimy. I'm standing there and I go to my mate, "This is fucked. Let's get out of here. This can't be good for us." It's really not.
Yeah.
nice.
I know. When you describe the squishiness in your feet.
Yeah, it was just, it was like
and
mud.
the slimy
Yeah, it
feeling.
was
I just,
disgusting.
that's one thing I can do without.
Yeah. But,
But Kolan, guys, absolutely. If you haven't been, it's a great beach to go to. As I said in the last podcast, though, if you go there and it's really busy where the shops are, just go to the other side.
don't even waste your time there.
Yeah. It may be great if you want to go and get something before you go on the BART bus.
Yeah.
Go grab something in the shop and go to the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where you'll have the best time because it's just more relaxing over there. Like I said, we felt like we had the beach to ourselves. It was like, I think 6 other people on the beach. It was ridiculous. It was just fantastic.
Yeah.
But you go on the other side, it's like a soup dish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, all good.
Yeah.
And did we talk about the Tiger Farm?
Yeah,
We talked about the Tiger
you
Farm,
asked,
didn't we?
yeah, so you
But
asked about the snake farm.
Yes. Now, did you look into that?
I looked into it and I did find there is a snake farm sort of on the dark side, sort of north of the central Pattaya. So, yeah, sort of on the dark side, just on the other side of Sukhumvit. Now, I actually found this on Paul's website, pattayacentral.com. So check it out. I do have to investigate to see if they still have snake shows on. I'm not sure if this is pre-COVID or what, but I did look at some reviews, and reviews were from only a couple of months ago. So I'm guessing it still is operating.
Because I would
didn't really have a name. I couldn't find a name
because you've been before
to a snake farm
Snake farm.
in Chiang Mai. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times.
So I'd like to do that.
Yeah, we will do that. It's a really good show. It's really interesting.
That I'd be happy to see because the Tiger one for me was unforgettable.
Yeah.
So guys out there, if you haven't done the Tiger one, I don't know if it's still. Hopefully, it's still there. They seem to be when we went. It seemed to be the kind of place that would be around for a while because they were actually taking care of the tigers. It wasn't because while we were there, I don't know if you remember, H, but while we were there was this one place that it was further up north that had to close down because all the tigers were getting some sort of a disease. Do you remember that?
No.
There was and it was run by Buddhists.
Oh no, no.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one they found. I don't know how many, but all these dead tiger cubs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember something about that. That's right.
And it closed down.
Yeah. Whereas the one we went to was almost like going to one of the.
It was the one we went to was Sriracha Tiger Zoo,
and it looked and felt really well taken care of.
Yeah.
And it felt very respectful in the way that they introduced the tigers and everything. So,
but the snake farm there, I've just Googled it. It's called Snake Show Pattaya. So if you Google Snake Show Pattaya, it'll take you to where you got to go. So but I reckon that the snake farms are good. They're good, interesting. Yeah.
There you go.
And one last thing, the that winery I was talking about, or the vineyard, I should say, near Khao Chi Chan, the Buddha carved on the rock
carving. Yeah.
Yep, it's Silver Lake Vineyard.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
We never went there.
No, we didn't go there.
No, we
didn't go.
We drove past the rock carving, but didn't stop.
Yep.
So hopefully this time round,
yep,
I'll have a bike.
Yeah.
And we can ride down.
Yeah, or we can grab a car. We might be able to get a car.
You might be able to get a car?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So we can drive down, make a day of it, go down there early, have a look, and go to Ramayana.
Now, if anyone listening who is going to be in Pattaya end of April, beginning of May.
From the 27th of April to the 6th will be Pattaya.
Yeah, let us know. Wouldn't mind catching up and having a chat.
Or if you're in Thailand around that time and you're around Bangkok, we'll be in Kanchanaburi from the 23rd to the 27th for Anzac Day.
Yeah.
For any Aussies or Kiwis out there listening, I think we've said this before. They hold the dawn service down in the Hellfire Pass in the Cutting.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, if you're into your war history and all that kind of stuff, very, very moving experience, humbling, so to speak.
Looking forward to it.
A lot of war history around Kanchanaburi as well. The war museums and the cemetery and all that,
which we will do.
We will do that cemetery, mate. I tell you, it does something to you. It does something to you.
Oh, I can imagine.
I think I've said it before on one of the other recordings. Me and my mate went there, and you know, Paulie. He's a man's man.
He's a bit of a loose cannon.
He's the least emotional bloke you'll ever meet.
Yep.
And when we're walking in, it was an old because it was around Anzac Day, so there were a lot of old veterans there. There was an English guy. I don't know if he served in Vietnam or something. Anyway, we got talking to him, and he was saying, he's sort of saying, he was talking about Gallipoli.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who know Gallipoli or don't know Gallipoli, that's why we commemorate Anzac Day. It was when the Australian and New Zealand Armed Corps hit the beaches of Gallipoli in Turkey, and I think it was
slaughtered.
Yeah, got slaughtered. We lost a lot of soldiers that day, and it was commanded by one of the British commanders. Sent us in there for fodder. What's the word? Cannon fodder.
Cannon
is
fodder.
That what it is?
Yeah.
Just yeah. And this English bloke actually, it's funny. He apologised to us on behalf of the English military for that, which is a bit weird. But he said, "You guys been here before?" And we said, "No, it's our first time." And he goes, "This place does stuff to you." What do you mean? He goes, "You'll see." So you go in there, and I just get goosebumps talking about it. You walk in there, and you just see headstone after headstone, and you're looking at the names, and you're seeing kids in their 20s. You come across the odd 17-year-old. These people getting sent to foreign countries. Back in those days, mate.
I know.
They
and what
the propaganda they painted as like, oh, come to this fucking beautiful place and to fight a war, and you're like, fuck yeah, like it was hell, mate.
No, it wasn't.
And you're seeing all these.
And how many stories do you hear about these young kids who weren't of age, but
they
lied about their age just to go?
Yeah, well, like I said, you'll see there's the odd 16-year-old, and you're going, how the fuck he would have lied about his age,
That's right.
So I'm looking at these headstones, and just something overwhelming, and just something came over me. I'm literally tearing up. I'm not a really emotional guy either, but I'm tearing up. Anyway, my mate was off with his girlfriend, and they were looking. Anyway, we're sort of walking around, and we sort of meet halfway, and I look at him, and he's fucking crying too. I go, "What the fuck's wrong with you, mate?" He goes, "I don't fucking know. This place does something to you, like." And we're like, "Oh, I'm not crying. I'm not crying." It was like really, but yeah, just overwhelming, very emotional, very. So anyone in that part of town around that time of year, I highly recommend checking out Kanchanaburi. It's really good. The dawn service down in the cutting. It is an hour's drive out of Kanchanaburi, but well worth it.
Yep,
I highly recommend it.
Well, life is about experiences, so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So those are the dates. If anyone's around, send us an email. We'd be more than happy to catch up and have a beer.
Yep, absolutely. Now after the dawn service, where were we going? Because I remember you mentioned something about after the dawn service, we can go to a bar somewhere and watch the local.
Yeah, game. So what happens? So we did the dawn service, and they do the service. In the cutting down, and then they do it at the cemetery after. So last time we went to the dawn service down in the cutting, and then we also went to the cemetery, which is it's a repeat. So we weren't sure what was going to happen at the cemetery, so we went to the cemetery and we were like, oh, okay, this is what's happened, like it's the same as before. So we probably wouldn't do that this time. So
that's fair enough. But
we'll have to be up at 3:30 in the morning to get ourselves there at a decent time. So once we've done that, head back. We'll probably have a bit of a nap.
But we'll go through the cemetery. They'd have a walk through.
Another day.
We'll do that another day.
All right,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Probably the day before. We'll do the cemetery, a couple of the museums. We'll do that the day before.
Yeah. Because I did say that I wanted to go to the museums, and you said there's a few there, so we'll go and do it. Because you didn't get a chance to do those either, did you?
No, I did. So there's one museum right next to the cemetery.
Yeah.
And then there's another museum in town. It's only a smaller type museum. And then there's also a museum down in the cutting. No. So we can do the dawn service, go through the museum there, head back, have a bit of a nap, and get up in time for Anzac Day Aussie Rules football.
Yes.
Find a bar. We could just go to the bar I went to last time. The bloke there's an Aussie. I'm talking 8 years ago. So I don't know if he still owns it, but he's an Aussie bloke. He's a Geelong supporter, the poor bastard.
No.
But
you have to mention that.
He usually puts the game on, and there's a few Aussies get in there and watch the Anzac Day game, and then after that they flick it over to the rugby league
Oh, right.
Melbourne Storm and the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, good fun day. So anyone who hasn't done it, I highly recommend it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, but if he's not there, I think we'll look for a sports bar. Maybe if there's a sports bar in Kanchanaburi, if that bar's not running anymore, because who fucking knows what's happened since COVID.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, lots changed. Lots changed here and there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's us.
That's
I think.
it. Yeah, I think so.
I do have a little story. So I was talking about freelancers before, and how you don't pick them up off the beach, and
But you did.
No, I didn't. No, I've never taken one from the beach. I have had one from Insomnia.
Yes, you told me about this.
Nightclub Insomnia.
Mm-hmm.
But there was another time I was with some friends, or females, probably 2 or 3 of them, and they were just friends of mine. And we were in iBar, which is downstairs from Insomnia, and I saw an attractive girl. She was with another girl and a guy. And I said to one of my friends, and sort of, she sort of looked over, and I looked over, made eye contact. Oh, yeah, you have a smile. Yeah. Anyway, I said to my friend, I go, I wonder if the guy is her boyfriend or her friend's boyfriend. So she just went over and asked. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I've gone over and started chatting to her. And she goes, we started chatting. She goes, do you want to buy me a drink? Like, yeah, fucking whatever, no worries. So I bought a bottle of, what's it called? Song Sam?
Beer or?
No, it's whiskey, the Thai whiskey, whatever it is. Bought a bottle of that. So no worries. Anyway, the bottle's come over, and I've gone back over to where my friends were to grab my little man bag or whatever it was. I've turned around. This girl's gone. She's taken her friend and the boyfriend, the bottle I just bought, and they're fucking fucked off upstairs. And it cost me, I think, maybe 1,000 baht or something, whatever it was. I was like, yeah, fuck, that's fucked. And then my friend goes, what happened? I said, I don't know, they just fucked off. That's not right. I go, too fucking damn straight, it's not right. So I went upstairs, I fucking found them. I bailed her up. I said, listen, you have to give me the bottle, you give me 1,000 baht, or her boyfriend gets a smack in the mouth. And then the 2 girls started mouth. I go, I'm not going to touch you girls. He's going to cop it. Because, I'm not going to fucking start trouble with a Thai. So I'll smack him in the mouth. And then fuck off. And gave me 1,000 baht. Now fuck off. I'm like, yeah, fucking no worries. Grabbed me 1,000 baht, went back downstairs. So, yeah, what's that one, boys? That's, what is it? Sangsom, yeah. Yeah, so, be careful. That's
yeah, I wouldn't be running up there and doing anything in a hurry.
Oh, I was pissed off, yeah. I mean, fuck, you didn't have to talk to me to start with. Like, I don't give a fuck. There's 1,000 other girls there I could have fucking gone with.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, anyway, I've had a couple of run-ins with foreigners in that iBar. I was with another girl, and I bar find her from somewhere, and she's taken a few of her friends, or met up with a few of her friends. We've gone to iBar, and one of her friends was blind drunk, wasted.
Right. And
we were sort of sitting along the edge of the building, and she was standing in front of us, and people walking past, and she's sort of not in the way, but people were walking past her, and she was, as I said, blind drunk, dancing on her own, and 3 guys walked up, and they sort of walked up, stopped, and looked at her, and she turned around, and sort of started, dancing with them, at them, whatever. And one of the blokes just reached out and just fucking full on grabbed her on the snatch.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I jumped up and grabbed his arm and said, I wouldn't fucking do that again if I were you, mate. And then him and his 2 mates sort of stepped back and they were whispering amongst each other. I don't know what they were discussing. And I'm thinking, 3-on-1. Like, I'm a big guy. They weren't that big. But I'm thinking, I could be in a bit of trouble here. And then they just turned around and walked off.
Mm.
But like, fucking, we all know what they are. We all know what these girls do. But fucking have some respect.
It's called respect.
That's fucking disgusting.
And that's the one thing that we've always maintained. That you're in a foreign country. These girls are doing what they do to make a living.
Yeah.
And you know all the stories about how they've ripped people off and stuff. But at the end of the day, a majority of them are actually literally just trying to make money, so they can get back to their families, so that they can keep going. Because back in the villages, if they've got no money, they're they're doing whatever they can, making, cutting whatever in their little field to try and sell and make money. So, bit of respect.
Yeah.
Bit of respect.
Yeah. I think we've mentioned it a few times. Actually, that email from Paul, he let me have a look. He actually mentioned, let me just find it. Where does he say it? Loving the podcast. Really think your info is on the mark. Love the respect angle especially. So this is a guy that I think from what I understand, he lives over there part time maybe. So yeah, it's good that it's recognised. Someone's recognised that. What are you doing?
No, that's right. I was just going to say.
I thought you were looking up some information.
I was, but it wasn't wrong email address.
Okay, right, yeah.
I was going to say, if you do something here, you treat girls with respect.
Mm.
So why wouldn't you do it over there? What's the difference?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
They're still people. It's just because you're in a different country and you hear all the stories and stuff. You still, at the end of the day, they're women, they're and people, and you treat them with respect.
I have to apologise to Paul as well because I said that he didn't elaborate on why he recommended you don't take girls from freelancers, but he did. He says is to not pick up girls from Beach Road or outside of a bar. If there is a problem at any stage, at least you can go back to the bar to sort out a resolution. So, as I said, that's his reasoning, which is on the money. He's spot on there. Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we'll round it up and say our goodbyes. And
so once again, thanks very much to our first 2 emails we received. It was pretty exciting for us.
It was very exciting.
We look at our analytics on our podcast, and we know we're reaching an audience, but you just don't know, are these fly-by-night listeners or are they people who actually invested? So to get some feedback's great. So, guys.
Thank you very much, guys.
Just send us an email and say that you're enjoying it or you think we're fuckwits. I don't care. Some feedback's good.
And have a look at our TikTok too. There's a couple of little snippets there, a couple of pictures and stuff, and we're gonna keep adding more to that.
So
as we go.
I think maybe the reason we're not getting much feedback is because we just tell people pattiadownunder.com. Maybe they know how to spell it, so I'll spell it out because I'm sure that's the issue. Yeah, that's why we're not getting enough feedback. No, so so the email is pattiadownunder, PATTAY, as in Pattia.
It is in the.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just letting them know.
But they can read.
Down Under, DOWN, as in down.
It's
and under UN. Don't interrupt me. Down, just in case you guys aren't clear on the email. Just want to make it clear so you guys do send us feedback.
He's worried because he wants more feedback.
Only because honestly, I enjoy doing this. I love this. I love talking about Thailand.
And it's not patayadownunder.com.
What?
It's patayadownunder@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I'll help you there, all right?
You interrupted me. No, but like I was saying, I love talking about Thailand. I love the place.
I know.
I've had so many. I've got so many fond memories there.
It can't come sooner, mate.
Yeah, exactly. 42 days.
No one's counting.
I'm not counting. So yeah, we love. I want to keep this channel going. I love chatting about it. I love to interact with listeners and see other people's opinions and experiences. So come on, guys, send in those emails.
2,229 seconds, 28, 27,
to
26,
go.
Yeah.
How 2,000 seconds?
2,229 seconds.
No, you dickhead. It's 42 days.
1 hour.
1 hour, 2,229 seconds to go.
Is that how you read it?
How many? Hang on. Sorry, guys.
So I'm just screwing things up here. I got no idea what I'm doing.
Hang on. Let's just go.
Hang on.
So what is it?
2,229.
229 seconds.
It's 37 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting 37 minutes.
I fucking wish.
We're late for our flight.
You're a dickhead. That's embarrassing. That's more embarrassing than me explaining the fucking email. Anyway, 6 weeks.
All right.
We're heading off in 6 weeks.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
And don't forget,
love is just a bar stool away.
Good on you guys. Take care. Bye.